Today, we have a very interesting topic in front of us. It's choosing the apt career in a volatile environment. So, if you look at the statement carefully, we have two keywords, two areas of concern. So, we're first going to be looking at the volatile environment. What do we mean by that? What are the factors that contribute? And then later on, looking at the apt choice, which would be, the apt choice for the student's career. We're looking at this opportunity to have the finest minds discuss their experiences, share together problems, solutions, and how we can come up with the path forward. And that's what this conversation is going to be all about.
So when you talk about the VUCA environment, the volatile environment that not just the children, I feel all of us are facing. The jobs which we were striving for and eyeing for, we all of a sudden feel that those jobs are going to be completely redundant with new technologies coming in. And when you look at children of today, there's a paradox of choice that they have, with social media bombarding them with so much information, courses, thousands and thousands of courses floating around, parental pressure, peer pressure, so much coming in. So yes, it's a challenging time for children of today.
I think I should say the oldest, the senior most, or the most seasoned veteran in this group. And I have seen a lot of changes. I started teaching somewhere in late 70s. And then on and off, I picked up and dropped jobs and all. And if we compare, you see the change, the new age professions have come in. Technology has taken front space, but at the same time, knowledge is something on which we can build upon. It's not that we are teaching something new. If you do not have your basics in place, you cannot learn new things. So we are only building on that and building in a new way so that we are making our children more adaptable. Can they change with the times? Can they move on and accept these changes willingly? Because if you're not willing to change with the times, then you'll be left behind, because it's like moving upstream and then you suddenly stop. So you're not stopping there. You're moving backwards if you stop rowing upstream.
And I would say it is more than volatile. It's a dynamic environment, because it's ever evolving, ever changing. And children today, when we say choosing the right career, for them, there are so many options that it has become very difficult for them to kind of understand which to choose and how to kind of go about it. When we were young, there were very select few in front of us, the career choices. And that is what made a lot of difference. It showed us a very defined path. But today, since the dynamic environment, the environment is so dynamic rather than volatile, I would say, they have so much of choice that it is actually confusing them. It is not, helping them find the right path or the right career. Because once they kind of start off towards one, there are multiple areas open.
As far as students are concerned, they were earlier also with the use of technology, their communication has also become stronger. And the another thing which I have seen after the pandemic, now what was happening, for the revision classes, when we need to call the children to the school, it was going to be a very, very difficult job. Nowadays, what I have done, we have pointed out certain students, those who need the remedial classes, and the teacher is able to take the classes as per his or her convenience using the online classes like this thing. So such kind of things I have seen. And so I talk about the drawback, which is, I think, almost in all the school, there are certain learning gaps which have been done because of this pandemic. And the students are also making misuse of mobile phones at home and just giving the excuse because a certain work has been assigned to them by the teacher and they need to do it. So these kind of things, general, that's my observation for the day.
I can't agree more. In fact, right from when Kirti ma'am said that we are in a dynamic environment, and to which Nirmal ma'am, when you said that in this fast evolving dynamic environment, most important thing is for a student to be adaptable, for them, because this will continue to happen. You said the times which were 20 years back are not going to be the same today, and it will continue to evolve. So at any stage, it's very important, I feel, for an individual, whether an adult or a child, to know deeply what is it that they have. When they have that self-awareness about them, they have that clarity of thoughts in terms of their own personality, that confidence, I believe they can face any challenge that comes in. Like Akhilesh sir said, with, of course, a mobile phone, anything that you want, you'd like, click of a button, you've got that information handy. Of course, there are pros and cons to it. But with new technology coming in, you can get to know so much about your own personality so that you can solve the paradox of choice.
The children are very impatient now, and they want to get everything just with the click of a button. Any information, they want a job, they'll just surf the net and they will apply. They will feel that, this company is good. Then quickly they'll change over to another one. They keep jumping from one to another, because the moment they get some good opportunity, they shift. So they themselves are very volatile. It's not only the situation. The children today, the youth today, they're also very volatile. They're not stable. Why? Because there's a lot of competition also. If one of the friend completing after graduation starts earning something, maybe X amount of money, the other one gets impressed. Oh, why I'm not getting that much? And they very quickly they'll find other ways and means. And this has led to lots of dissatisfaction also.
I think, what we're also like looking at is, हम कहते रहते हैं ना, ठहराव कम है बच्चों में आजकल.
So at the end of the day, I would say, yes, there is a little unrest about the road not taken, quote unquote, because yes, everybody feels that what I'm doing is not right. The grass on the other side seems to be greener, but definitely the fact remains that each one of them they should actually be happy in whatever they are doing. There should be a sense of satisfaction, and that satisfaction will bring the calming effect. So if they follow their passions, that is what is going to give them a direction and a target to move towards. If they're in the wrong profession, the environment for any person in that case, whether students or even adults, it is volatile, because you've been placed in a web where you feel as if you are working because, or you're doing something because you're supposed to. So once they're given their choices, once they start doing their things their way, I think that is where the volatility will kind of diminish and more stability will come in.
But for an individual, it's most important to, once they, for them to become the best version of themselves, to know what is the defining factor for them, what is the unique trait that they have. And that's where we combine three sciences, which is genomics, psychometry, and cognitive astromancy. Once they have a detailed understanding of the child, the way that a relationship between a parent and a child and a teacher and a child develops will be way more than if they don't know about these traits. And that's what, Gen Leap tries to bring around.
I firmly believe one should choose a career of his or her own choice, wherever one can feel happy. Because say, like, if you have given a career of your choice, your success rate is going to be the higher one, because you will have a passion for that.
Peer pressure is always there, because they want that if somebody is successful, why I'm not there? I should also stand there. So they compete with each other, but they again take some wise decisions also, maybe because of the availability of information. And the simple things like Shruti ma'am was talking, the genetics, it plays important role. Our human body is not just made from 2 generations or 3 generations or 7 generations. I think Shruti ma'am will agree to it that we are ancient. Our cells are ancient. So our brain, our body, our cells, they have a different memory, and we act according to that.
There is always an interface between nature and nurture. There might be genes, like Kiran ma'am said, generation after generation, which are passed on to us, but they're somewhere dormant. The day they get the right environment, they'll start flourishing. The fact is, many generations would have passed without you realizing that you have that genetic trait. And then you probably look for the right environment so that, you can have that coming out.
Thanks a lot, Shruti Shah, for the lovely insights and this astromancy that you mentioned. and the genetics. Till the end of the day, we want them happiness. We want them to be adaptable. They should be pragmatic and practical in their approach. We have to make them that competent enough to do it.
है कि परिवर्तन ही यदि जीवन है तो हम दिन प्रतिदिन आगे बढ़ते जाते हैं. That should be the motto of the life.
We want our children to walk the talk, honestly. That is where we have to give them exposure to different professions.
The only thing which is left is, as we have been discussing, happiness. Happiness quotient is very, very important. Let's make children happy, whatever they do.
Thank you so much, everyone. I enjoyed every bit of the discussion.